Hi, Richard. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Manfred. How are you? Good
Wonderful.
To see you again.
Great. You played at TAFFYs many times. You just came off a gig. Wonderful gig. People loved you. Just want to ask you a couple questions before you go on to your next gig.
Okay.
How long have you been playing, Richard?
About 2 hours.
Very funny.
No, I'm kidding. I've been playing since I was 14, 56 now, 40, 42 years.
At what age was this?
I was 14. It
Yeah.
was in Huntsville, Alabama when
Yeah.
I started. And I mean, this is true. I actually
Yeah.
wanted to be a drummer, and my parents heard that, and then they went out and bought me a guitar. So that's
did you
how
have
the
a guitar teacher, or did you play it by yourself?
Yeah, it was like anybody these days where I went up to the local music store and
Yeah.
the strip shopping center,
Yeah.
where they taught guitar and everything. And guy's name was Stan Lee.
Oh, really?
Stanley Lee. And he was very patient. He taught me to finger pick. He taught me classical, all the elements of music. And I've always thought that if it weren't for him, who knows, I doubt I would have continued. So I think especially your first teacher is so important.
When did you first notice that you indeed had such incredible talent?
I think I figured out a long time ago that I was one of those people who's not a natural player, but
Yeah.
that I seem to be hooked in a certain way where for some reason I don't put it down. I'm just always
Yeah.
playing. So
Yeah.
for me, it was a real slow, lifelong burn. It was a real struggle. It was a lot of hard work. A lot of the natural players that I've seen just go crazy and play fantastic, then they quit or they go
Okay.
do something else. It's a personality.
So it was really a journey.
It's been a journey. It's not over, and I
Right.
just stay at it.
When did you first go on, so to speak, tour? And by that I mean leave 50 miles from your home
I remember
and get
the
known.
first one.
Yeah.
I was living in Florida, and it was in Destin, Florida, at a place called the Harbor Docks, and I took a bus there. That was my first one. It was actually a decent little gig.
Yeah.
And then another one was up in a legendary place called McDibbs in Black Mountain, North Carolina.
Okay.
And well-known people played there, and I remember driving 720 miles there from my job on a Friday to get there, play Saturday night, and drive back Sunday.
How old were you then?
I was probably in my early 20s when I was
Okay.
trying to figure out which direction I
I
wanted
got
to
you.
go.
When did you actually make the decision that this would be a full-time job for you?
I would say I was in my late 20s because I got a
Really?
degree in computers.
Yeah.
And my first job was for NASA up
Yeah.
at Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland. And it was like that movie Flashdance, dancer by night and, welder by day. So I had to make a decision and decide, do I want to do music or computers? And I don't think I had a choice in that calling.
Gotcha.
People always think, we decide. I don't know if we do. I think it just happens.
So that really brings me to the next question. As you know, there are over 250 artists playing the TAFFYs. Some of them are very young. They're on tour. They come from all over the United States. They sleep in the van. They
yeah.
barely can pay a motel.
We've all done that.
Help us, give them some advice, strength, or tell them to go home. What do you suggest for those individuals, those artists, those performers who want to make it like you? What do you suggest them to do?
It's a combination of a few things. If you're
Okay.
talking about the music and the craft,
Yeah.
pursue the craft, good technique, and always keep that machine moving forward. It's like a shark, just keep moving in the water, you're going to die.
Gotcha.
So you have to stay and improve your craft. Just don't stay on the musical playground. Get into the woodshed, work on that, and follow
Yeah.
your path. There's that. As far as the business side of things, be strategic and smart and make a lot of contacts, get to know people, be respectful, be mature. You think when you're young it's all a big party and that's what people, like, but they really want somebody who's reliable, who they can count on if they're going to spend their money and promote a show, to show up and deliver. So
Yeah.
make contacts, be professional, work on your craft, and
So basically just hone your craft on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And just go out and tour and make yourself known, correct?
don't burn bridges.
Right. I got it.
There you go.
So here you go, Richard. Tell us about the bridges you will cross now. Tell us you're on tour, you're going all over the world. Where are you going next?
Let's see, I've got a tour scheduled in the fall for England, Germany, and Austria.
Yeah.
An interesting one next May, I'm going to New Zealand for my 10th tour over there.
Oh, wow.
And then I've got things all over the U.S., so I kind of go a little bit of everywhere, but that's what keeps it interesting for me.
Yeah.
I like different environments, different climates,
Sure.
different parts of the world.
Well, you're well liked here. We wish you very many blessings. We love you, brother.
Oh, thank
and
you.
we'll see you hopefully back in the spring.
You can't get rid of me until you fire me.
Thank you, Richard.
All right,
Bye-bye.
take care.